Sunday, dreamers, another blessed and grateful day. Oh my goodness, we are wrapping up the breakthrough event over here. Say we are not in the Florida land right now, and it was absolutely life-changing. So many nuggets, so much value, incredible testimonies, people that I've been looking at on Zooms and hearing these insane stories about, and now finally being able to get a chance to see them in person, hear the interpersonal stories that nobody really gets a chance to hear. And tonight at 8 p.m. Sunday, you all are going to get a sneak peek of what happened here at Breakthrough Myrtle Beach. You're going to hear some of the panel, some of the questions and answers that were dropped, a lot of the slides, and most importantly, the vision that is in store for all of us coming over the entire course of the year. So if you guys don't have the link, make sure you guys shoot me a DM and I will get you guys locked in for tonight. So as you can see, the topic, Breakthrough 2026. I want to give you guys a little bit of gems. I want to give you some of the sauce and transfer some of this energy so you guys can get a piece, even if you didn't get a chance to make it before we have the next coming event. So let me know, what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful to be alive, grateful for the energy, for the access, for these type of events that's going to be happening all over 2026 for all of us to be able to tap and plug into, because I know we are just getting started. So let's get into it. Breakthrough event. We had a 2-day event over here in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. We had probably almost 1,000 individuals inside of the room, and I'm telling you, people came from all over the country, taking flights, driving, whatever it took to go ahead and get in the room. And there's a reason why, because there's something different than getting on a Zoom call, hearing a 3-way, than there is actually getting in person, to be able to hear the conversations, even just smell the aroma of getting around the wealthy, the private dinner masterminds. So this is something that I highly encourage everybody to go ahead and get ready, get your tickets for New Orleans, Louisiana by, what is it, the 19th of this month, they said? By the 19th, they're actually doing a surprise giveaway. So whoever gets your tickets, we're gonna be locked into a raffle and be able to get access to a lot of really cool things and a discount. So that's coming up. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat so everybody can see that. And a couple pieces that they talked about over in Breakthrough that I didn't. Number one, Frank McCoy, okay? He's been inside of this company for almost 30 years, 30 plus years, 84 years old. And check this out, okay? There was a point in time where he didn't even know how to read. And he talked about how one person, one moment, one phone call can completely change your entire life, right? So he never knew how to read. And he went into a bookstore and he's looking around, and this is years ago. This is like 30 plus years ago. And he's like, you know what? I think this is something that everybody needs. So he couldn't even read, and yet he went out and he opened 35 bookstores, literally made over $400 million in revenue. But he just talked about there's so many times in life where you'll never expect what the next moment, phone call, meeting, person, message can completely change your life. So I'm here to tell you all in 2026, I believe the same thing for all of us. It is literally one moment that can catapult everything. You know, same thing this weekend. I literally had somebody reach out on social media. He has a huge network. He's ready to explode this thing. And it came from being consistent. It came from not worrying about the outcome, but just staying focused. And with that, you never know all the abundance that's outside of our radar that we can't even see yet, okay? Here's a second story I want to give everybody. 84 years old, he's healthy as can be. And he talks about we can have all of the money in the world, but if we're not healthy, none of it even matters. And it's so true. All of this money sitting inside of the room, there's no point to be old and not even be able to spend it. So just a topic even to think about is the health. Are we actually taking care of our body? Because when you look at the successful, the reason why they have all this energy, they're moving, they can travel, they're taking care of themselves. They're going to bed early, they're getting up early, they're taking notes, they're asking questions, they're constantly learning and growing their mind. So it's not a surprise why they're at the level that they're at. And the third thing I want to get everybody to go ahead and visualize. I'm gonna drop a picture so you guys can see it. All right, if you guys have me on Instagram, Define Dreams, shoot me a DM and I'm gonna send it over to you. He talked about there's a wheel, okay? Everybody in our life, we have a wheel. And most people, as we start to get older, this wheel stacks with a whole bunch of liabilities, right? We start out with a phone, we get a laptop, and then we might go out and buy the car, and then we get in a relationship, and then we go out and buy a house, and we have all of these liabilities, all of these bills, taxes that we have to pay that are stacking up against us. He said this is the poor mindset, just investing in liabilities. But he said the wealthy, when you look at their wheel, a lot of the things that's on their board is assets. They're investing in things that's going to make them money. Investing in events, mentorship, audios, courses, getting around those that are playing at a higher level. And this is why their bank accounts reflects 10x. Investing back into themselves. And this is exactly what we're doing all of 2020. That's why we're here. That's why we're at the event. So Sean, even for you, what was one of the biggest takeaways that you took from all the speakers, all the leaders, even Mr. Brian Carruthers in the building? One piece that really stuck out to you.
Consistency, and then be excited. Don't wait. Tomorrow is a curse word. Tomorrow is a curse word. Do it now.
Because in reality, all these success stories, that was the only difference. They had a higher sense of urgency and they believed in themselves. Melissa Collins, she said, for everybody on here who's a mom, anybody have kids? Anybody ever went through anything traumatic in your life? Okay, I would assume that all of us have been there one way, shape, form, or another. She said, well then why would you ever be afraid to post on social media? Why would you ever be worried about somebody else's opinion when we've already been through heck and back, knowing that social media is the biggest 7-figure tool for every one of us? We can go out and build a limitless brand. We can go out and make those conversations that can completely change the course of our life if we are not afraid to go ahead and be bold, share our story, and willing to be consistent. You know, if you look at Brian Carruthers, 27 years, go look at his Facebook. The guy doesn't miss. So it's not a surprise why he's making literally $2 million a year. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He knows the blueprint we have. He knows the value, he knows the service, and he knows that if anybody took this thing seriously, they can run with it and completely change the course of their family's life. So that was my couple thoughts for today, fam. So you guys can get a sneak peek of what is happening tonight on the Sunday Team Pinnacle call. Anything you guys need, I've got your back. I'm so grateful to be running along with each of you, and just know we are just getting started, and we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It's game time, fam. Let's get to work.